Let us start. Okay. So let me give an overview about the project first. And we have some old students also here and new students. So just wanted to give an overview about what we have to cover as part of the program and what are the expectations of the program. Let me brief about the program, what we are going to cover. We are going to learn here Microsoft Fabric, which is the latest tool which is released by Microsoft in last November. And we are going to cover the topics related to data engineering stuff. So once you complete this course, you can be an Azure data engineer role. You can apply for this role. And what are the things we are going to cover as part of the program? We will be learning something called Synapse as part of the program. We'll be learning ADF as part of the program. We'll also learn Microsoft Fabric as part of the program. SQL basics we'll be learning. And you'll also learn as part of the program Power BI basics. So with this, you can cover the visualization part also, which is available in the Fabric. You'll be learning Synapse, ADF, Fabric, SQL basics, and this part, Power BI basics. We'll also learn logic apps as part of the program. So these are the major topics which you are going to learn as part of the program. Along with this, you'll be having around 3 to 5 years of experience after completing the program on the Azure technologies, cloud. So these are the topics, and let me go into deeper level about what we are going to cover in Microsoft Fabric. In Microsoft Fabric, you are going to learn something called Lakehouse, One Lake. You will be learning something called data warehouses. You will be learning something called um, in the Fabric data flow Gen 1, Gen 2, and Gen 1. Both you will learn. And you have something called email triggering, all this stuff. But the basic um, which you are going to cover is in Fabric, this stuff. Along with that, we'll be also covering ADF in Fabric. Okay, the pipeline part in Fabric. So these are the main topics which you are going to cover. And along with this, you have something called KQL, Custo Query Language, and it is used for real-time analytics. This also we'll be seeing. Okay, this is on the Fabric side. And on the Synapse, you'll be learning dedicated SQL pool, serverless SQL pool. You're going to learn dedicated SQL pool, serverless SQL pool. And along with that, you'll be learning how to create the pipelines part for the data engineering stuff. Okay, so this, what are the capabilities of dedicated SQL pool, what are the capabilities of serverless SQL pool, and the pipelines part. And you'll have plenty of the topics in the Synapse. And the connectors you are going to learn Azure SQL connector, how to get data from SQL database, um, and how to load data back to SQL databases, and on-premise SQL Server, FST, file system task, how to send an emails whenever there is a failure, how to log the details for your pipelines, how to load the data in incremental fashion, and how to do some transformations using data flows and SCD type transformations. So you'll have SCD type 1 and type 2. So these all things you'll be learning as part of the Synapse program. And so these on the overall content. Um, Next, you'll be learning how to get data from REST APIs, how to get data from REST APIs, from any web server, how to get the data and JSON data and how to convert that into normal structured data. You'll be learning as part of this. And overall level, where we'll store the data in the cloud. So it's on the storage accounts. You'll be storing the data in the clouds. So we have two types of storage accounts, blob and data lake gen2 storage account. So overall level, we'll be learning about different types of storage accounts and when to use which one and when you can suggest your project. With this storage account, we can go on, and when to choose ADF, when to choose Synapse, when to choose Fabric. These also we'll be learning as part of the program. On the architectural level, you can decide and how to choose between them. You'll be also learning how to check for each service what is the pricing. So we have Azure pricing calculator. I'll be showing that how to decide the pricing for how the pricing will be there for each resource. So this is on the architecture level part, but if anyone interested, we can go on to that class as well. So these are the overall content we are going to cover in next 40 days. Okay, you'll have two project talks and the review sessions. So overall around 40 to 45 classes. That is what the content is decided. So let me go with um, so what kind of roles you can apply and what are the roles you have for the data engineer, how the market is available. So we have Azure data engineer role. You can see in LinkedIn also. You can find a numerous roles and you can search on Fabric as well. Okay, Microsoft Fabric role. So that also helps you to find out the roles you have in the market. And mm, fresher roles, it is very less, but 3 to 5 years of experience, you have plenty of the jobs on Azure data engineering and Microsoft Fabric. Um, these are the roles part, and we have data engineers who work on data and data analysts. So basically data analyst works on the Power BI side. So this gives you a glimpse on how Power BI will be there in the real world, and you can use it further. If you wanted to learn Power BI in a deeper level, then you can use this as a basic course for your learning. So data engineer, data analyst, and we have something called data scientist. So data scientist people purely works on ML algorithms or or the big data side. They'll be seeing for statistics and um, mostly on the SQL statistics and ML algorithms. So this gives you also some glimpse of where we can use in Microsoft Fabric. I'll show you where which all places now we have for ML workspace in the Fabric. So let me start a basic thing today to just discuss what knowledge you have on Azure. Um, let us see how good, how many of you are new to Azure here? So just let me ask you some basic questions on Azure side. So from your understanding, what is Azure, guys? Okay, it's a cloud vendor from Microsoft. It's a cloud vendor from Microsoft, and it offers wide range of services, not only for storage. It offers wide range of services. So we'll come to what all services it offers. But before that, can anyone say what is cloud computing? What is cloud computing? With the help with the by defining, I have written cloud computing. What is compute or what is cloud? Can anyone tell? Just give a guess. So basically, compute refers to, okay, in compute refers to services like storage. Okay, you have your CPU, whatever the RAM, that means memory, and networking and infra. All this together. Let's say compute means nothing but a machine. So your laptop is a machine. So in your laptop, all these things are available or not? Does your laptop has all these things? Does your laptop has a storage? Does your laptop
Yes.
has CPU, RAM? Does your laptop has networking? That means it can connect to
Yes.
internet, all these things, right? and it has some infrastructure also
Yes.
inside built. So compute refers to all these services. Okay. So cloud computing means the services which I referred here, right? The compute services like storage, CPU, RAM, networking infra are provided over the internet. That is called as cloud computing. This is called as cloud computing. So you are getting all these compute services over the internet. That's why I'm calling it as cloud computing. So here cloud refers to internet only. Okay, computing refers to all these services. So this is what the definition of cloud computing. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. This just an introduction class. I just wanted to know how I'm going to teach you. So this we'll be starting very basics. If you don't have any knowledge in cloud, that is fine. We are going to start with cloud fundamentals. Then we are going into data engineering stuff. And then once the data engineering stuff started, we'll be learning SQL basics. Then what are the learnings we have from the SQL basics, we'll be utilizing again in the data engineering side. Then you'll have data flows, which is a good interesting topic which will avoid you to learn. There is no need of SQL if you learn data flows, but we'll see that also how data flows is going to reduce our burden on SQL or any other programming languages. And so basically PySpark or SQL is used uh, for creating the data transformation or getting data from the cloud, all these things. But when you have the tools, we don't need those languages. So that is what how to limit the coding part you are going to learn here. So that is the beauty of Fabric which they have introduced. Okay. Do you have any questions, guys, for anyone? Any general doubts about the program you have? Because from tomorrow I'll start the Azure architecture first. We'll be starting with Azure architecture, then fundamentals, then we'll be keeping on going. But if you have any questions on the program side and what is the duration or whatever you have questions, you can ask me now. So only thing from you is attend regularly, attend to the classes regularly, practice them. And if you have any questions immediately in the next class, you can ask. Or if you practiced over the weekend and if you wanted to ask on Monday also, that is fine. We can go to longer back sessions also. That means only yesterday's class you have to ask a doubt. No, wherever you get doubt, whenever you're practicing, if it is second class also, you can ask me at 12th class also. But if you practice and ask, that is fine. We can share you can share the screen, you can show the errors, you can show what is your issue, so that others also will learn at that time. Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, let's meet tomorrow.